for this next example, it's exactly the same process. X is going to be 5 cosine t. We substitute these in for t and solve. So that means 5 cosine of negative 5. So you want to make sure your calculator is in radians. So mode, mine is. So we're going to go 5 cosine negative 5. And we get about 1.4. So you understand how I'm getting this, I hope. 5 cosine negative 4 is going to be a negative 3.2, or 3.3 really, if you round it properly. So that's a negative 5, pretty much. 4.9 if you want to be accurate. Negative 2.1. .7, 5, 2.7, negative 2.1. Looks like we're just going back up this line here. Negative 5 again, or negative 4.9. Negative 3.3. Whoa. And 1.4. Okay, now we substitute all of those into our y function, which is 2 sine t. So we have 2 sine of negative 5. $1.9. Hope I'm still in the right. Yep, that was 1. Okay, we're going to plot the point x, y onto this first grid. So x is 1.4, y is 1.9. (1.4, 1.9), negative 3.2, 1.5, negative 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and negative 0.3, so really close to the x-axis there. Negative 2.1 and negative 1.8, 2.7, negative 1.7, 50, 2.7, and then 1.7, negative 2.1, 1.8. You can see it went around and then it's going back around again. Where was I? Negative 5, negative or positive 0.3, so now we're on this side of the axis. Negative 3.3, negative 1.5, and then 1.4, negative 1.9. So you can see we started here, we went around, this is actually called an ellipse, and then we came back around this direction and we went around again. Okay, this is your graph of the parametric equations. So this is called an ellipse, which is what I just mentioned. Let's go ahead and figure out what the rectangular or the Cartesian equation would be. So if we have x equals 5 cosine t and y equals 2 sine t, we can say that cosine t is equal to x over 5, and we can say that sine t is equal to y over 2, right? Well, remember, sine squared plus cosine squared is 1. So that means x over 5 squared plus y over 2 squared is 1. Square all of this, we end up with x squared over 25 not equals, that's a plus y squared over 4 is equal to 1. This is going to be your rectangular form of that equation. This is an ellipse where your horizontal axis is the square root of this. So the horizontal axis is going to be 5 units, and your, well, 5 units in one direction from the center. Then your vertical axis, based on this one, is going to be 5. Oh, sorry, it's going to be 2. Okay, and this is going to make our ellipse. Now remember, this is only half of it. So this is going from the center to the edge on the horizontal axis. So if you base your rectangular graph off of that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from center, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from center. On the vertical axis you have 1, 2 from center, 1, 2 from center, and then you sketch your ellipse that way. Sorry, this is a really ugly picture, but you get the idea, I hope. So this is the rectangular graph of that parametric equation.